Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So, I'm just checking to make sure my mic is on because I've been doing the last couple days I've been doing um no commentary streams because I've had still a horrible headache from and been exhausted from this shingles shot I got, the shingles vaccine, the second shot. So, I'm doing something that probably won't ring a bell for many people, but when I was growing up in Connecticut, there was a Manhattan TV station that used to do what they called Christmas in July. And they'd have like a day or so, I think, of all Christmas movies in July. So on my no commentary stream, I got to the Christmas job, but I thought I would do that as a normal stream. And that house, so the house is pretty big, so it'll probably take two streams or so. I'm only going to do one tonight because, again, I feel kind of like crap. This is a really nasty. I remember this last time. It was like 4 or 5 days of feeling crummy before I got back to feeling relatively normal. So, anyway, so we get an email. Says the topic, it's Christmas once again. Dear Mr. or Mrs., I've always loved my winter house. Beautiful views and absolute privacy. What else could one want? Unfortunately, the events of last Christmas spoiled it for me. Let's just say I gave my heart away like a fool and couldn't stand the festive surroundings. So I left the house as it was. This is obviously based, well, depends how old you are, I suppose, but it's based on Last Christmas by Wham. So I left the house as it was. This year, though, I met someone special I'd like to celebrate the holiday with once again. I don't have time to visit the place up front, so could you prepare it for me? I think it'll only need some cleaning and decor changing. Happy Christmas, Mikey George. So, yeah, this was one of my favorite jobs and also my favorite flips. I can't remember why I sold this. I think I probably needed the money. Um, oh God, I forgot. I meant to change my my pets to something different, and I didn't. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, so where are you guys? There you are. Well, at least I washed the dog. That dog gets dirty a lot. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is start shoveling. Problem is when these pieces of snow, it's just like with a concrete or gravel or whatever it is in the garden thing. It's like sometimes really hard to find these little pieces. And the game's really weird about it. But I mean, basically, I think that what it is, the reason that station used to do the Christmas in July movies is that it's just a nice change of pace, I guess. Everyone likes Christmas, and we're still like 6 months, almost 6 months away from it. Well, not everyone likes Christmas. I don't want to make a sweeping statement. That definitely is not necessarily the case. And some people don't celebrate Christmas. But I like Christmas just because I think there's, like with any holiday, there are like special decorations, special songs, special movies, you know, so it just makes everything special. Which I think was why the solstice started, because things were getting things are, you know, are getting dark and people are getting depressed, and so you have a party. Okay, so I think this is another what's considered dirty area. Which is kind of weird. Not like really dirty. Well, that stuff is obviously. So this, you know, I this is a luxury, but I assume you would consider this part of the luxury DLC. I think. I mean, because it came along 2 months after the Luxury DLC came out. So, and it's pretty, obviously, snazzy, so one would assume. My husband is off doing what he does every July, except for the last two, obviously, which is the city has a fair, and he's on like 3 committees. So he's at a booth most of the day, and my dad actually was helping him, which is nice. Gives my dad some time away from the house, and gives my husband some company, because they definitely enjoy each other's company. So my dad has two sons-in-law, and my husband is the one who's only like less than 10 years younger than my dad. So my dad is my stepdad. He's 5 years younger than my mom. My husband is 15 years older than me, so you can kind of see how there's not a lot of years between them. Okay, come on. Oh, it's being difficult. This is definitely an imperfect mechanic. This, and when you shovel like the gravel and stuff in like the mounds of gravel in the garden thing. So I'm kind of pleased with myself. I'm finally putting tomorrow a video is going up on our Living with Depression and Anxiety YouTube channel that we actually recorded in November. And because I've been going through like fairly severe depression up until, I don't know, a month or so ago, I'm still not 100%. I like never got around to editing it. And so it's been rough. It was like the pandemic caught up with me, and being inside all the time, and the job situation I had at the time, which was not a happy situation, starting in like November. So things just started to hit, and there also are a lot of comments that I haven't responded to, so I'm gonna have to do that too. And I feel badly, but it was like I just was not capable of doing it. Hey, Barry. I am doing fairly well. I'm beginning to recover from the shingles vaccine, although I haven't been feeling great. I still had a wicked headache today, but I figured I'd do at least one stream. I did one non-commentary one, but yeah, the last couple days I just have been feeling really crummy. I thought Friday was as bad as it was going to get, and I was wrong. But so, yeah, we didn't really do anything for 4th of July, because my husband does this thing all day at the town, and he offered to make like hamburgers when he got home, and I was like, nah, don't worry about it. So yeah, I always have trouble with these. I think I actually, you know what, I think I could remove one now. So, oh no, guess not. So how are you doing? Did you do anything for the 4th? Just wanted to turn on these outside lights. Just because one of the fun things about Christmas, the holidays. I guess there are a lot of holidays of lights at that time of year, essentially because of it being dark. I'm brilliant, aren't I? Oh. Oh, right. And this is when they started doing this kind of yellow light on everything. Ugh. It's not as bad here as it is on that cyberpunk what am I trying to say? The cyberpunk apartment, but it's still pretty bad. Okay, so we're throwing away the sneakers and the shoes. Okay, so I'm just doing the cleaning first, and then I'm gonna go back and do the rooms. I never know why they see those as trash. I don't know why there are these footprints. Are those supposed to be mine? No. So I was just explaining when I started off when I was a kid, and I guess probably when I was older, but I never noticed. We got the Manhattan TV stations, and there was one station that used to, every July, they do a Christmas in July movie marathon. So that just made me think I would do the, whoops, where's the light? I would do the Christmas job. This is actually from my, okay, why am I, is there literally not a light except for that one over there? From my no commentary stream. Oh, that's great. That sounds really good. Okay, so first I'm just going to clean, then I'll go back and do the stuff I'm supposed to be doing. Because I like to get the cleaning done. Although I have to say, the lack of light in there is somewhat disconcerting. Oh, my husband's home. No, that's not dirty. Okay. Okay, let's straighten that. Where are the lights? They're like, okay, where's the light switch? Does this take care of the one down the hall? Yeah, okay. Only problem is I hate some of the furniture in this, and so I don't have a choice with it though. Thank you. Yeah, it is getting better. The one we did in November. Well, we did two. One that's going up tomorrow is what is a panic attack. So and then I have, I think, a buddy box, the November box, then also to do. So, and we have so many subscription boxes we need to do, and we'll probably start on that next week. Like, we have a lot. Oh, none of these are throwaway. Why did it look like there was something? Oh, there we are. Must be menus or something. Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, there's something else. Oh, maybe it's just... Oh. Yeah, like, I hate this. I can't pronounce what this is called. I keep calling it wenge. I know that's wrong. W-E-N-G-E. I have no idea how you pronounce that. And I don't like it. But I think when I did this job the first time, I just like put this table somewhere. I just didn't want to use it up there. I mean, I just don't like it. I don't like this wood. I used it one time because it was in a workshop piece of furniture, and it actually looked fine. But remove trash. So this is this entire room. I mean, the other thing is that it's been harder to record because my son is the depression anxiety phase. My son is working full time, and before the pandemic, we do it on the weekend, and then the pandemic started. It was so easy because like no one was going anywhere. It was, really easy to do, like in the afternoon and stuff, and so since he started working full time, it's a little more difficult. So, I mean, not impossible. I mean, what really got in the way was my depression, not his working. So yeah, but it definitely makes it a little more complicated. I don't know how I'm supposed to get to those. Am I supposed to be selling these? No. So how am I supposed to get to those? Oh, there we go. I just have to get the right angle on them. Okay. What are these? I don't know what those are. Guess I wasn't paying attention last time because I don't remember wondering what they were. So, yikes. Remove trash, clean dirt. Oh, there's still some trash under there, isn't there? Well, this is something new, having the animals here. So I guess I'm supposed to get rid of these. Even though water doesn't really expire, but sure. And there's something... Oh, is there something down there? Okay.
Streaming?
Okay. So this room... Oh, it says remove trash. What am I missing? It was basically changing this situation changing at work. Both because I got a new job and the person who was really making me miserable so is no longer. What happened is my boss left. My boss, who I really, really love, left. And what had also happened is that her boss, he's a professor who had been a vice chancellor for the past few years, and he decided, he, as many of them do, professors, especially the ones who do research, he wanted to get back to his research. So he told us in December 2020 that he was going to step down in June. So we knew it was going to be tough to replace him. I mean, he's irreplaceable. He's just a very, very unusual person in that he has just incredibly high emotional intelligence, especially for an engineer. He's one of a kind. So we knew things were going to change, but then when his replacement started, it was clear that things were going to change drastically. And my boss, who I absolutely loved and was just extremely supportive, kind of kept me connected, even though we still were not there in person. She found another job, a better one. And so she gave her notice and left in of October. I'm like not having any luck. Is this one of these things? This is one of those things with we've been having with the tools. Yeah. So things definitely, I knew things were not going well in August when the new person started. And then when my boss left, like that was it. My support was gone, and I mean, I was very happy for her, but it just like I just like crashed without me noticing, to be honest. Because the pandemic had been affecting me adversely with not going into the office at all and stuff. So so what happened is I have a new job, and also we go into the office. Now I couldn't even go into my office in the other job because the building flooded. So for a while we weren't able to go in even if we wanted to, which I actually did. But when I went in, no one was there. And so it was nice to be there, but no one was there. So it wasn't exactly what I was looking for as far as bringing some normalcy back. It was just me, like in the office, and in fact in the building there were very few people still. So. And then it flooded, so we couldn't go out. But this is back to normal. I mean, everyone in our department, we only have 4 people in our department, but we work from home to some extent and in the office to some extent. So it's a really good mix, and I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm not, working for someone who, tears me down and like literally shames me in front of other people. So my, it was literally removing myself from that situation was what was important and what really started turning things around. I'm not back to normal, but I'm getting there. Okay? I'm pretty sure I know I'm moving that direction. It's just really slow because, it takes time. I've actually never had this happen where I felt this bad, but of course the pandemic is a kind of literally it's an unprecedented situation. So this was an unprecedented, response by my brain. Oh, my son ordered Panda Express and ordered some orange chicken for me, which is not good for my diet, but it is what it is. I think I'll just have to survive. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna toggle these guys onto the off of this stay, because maybe then they'll go do something. Casual tug of war. I still don't understand what that is. So let's give you a mouse to play with. Oh right, this is one of the like slug cats who do like nothing. Oh, so wait a minute. What is the? Okay, so I'm supposed to be selling one of these, or both of these, I guess. Yep, because it's dried up. They're saying. Okay. So, yeah, that was one of the. And I do have to change psychiatrist because mine retired, so I do have to find a new one, and I'm gonna just talk to them, like reevaluate the medicine, my medication, my antidepressants, because I think it probably needs to be done. Oh my God, they still haven't moved. That's not great. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to sell. Okay, I'm supposed to sell this. And they want to keep these. I hate these so much. Okay, so candlestick. Oh, that's right. I think we sell all the dining room stuff, which is good, actually. I think last time what I did is I literally put all this stuff in the upstairs hall. It's just, I don't understand. So I think this time what I'm going to do is, so this I think really should go somewhere else. I don't know where. But I'd say we can just put it in the front hall. Because it just, I don't know, it doesn't really seem to go with that stuff, does it? Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, honey. I'm just reading, Barry, I'm reading your comment.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things that, as you mentioned, even if when you're depressed, it's like people really have to try to read between the lines, which may not sound like it's fair to them, but it just is what it is. And okay. And so it's just a knee-jerk. It's kind of just a knee-jerk response. So, I can't. I'm not supposed to sell anymore. Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad to hear that. You know, we try to be fair. We try to be pretty balanced about bearing in mind that, you know, most parents, unless they've gone through depression, they're not really going to understand and rats. And so, you know, there definitely is giving them the benefit of the doubt. We did run into, on our TikTok channel, I was absolutely appalled at the number of comments there were about from young people about how their parents like just flat out didn't believe them, and like when they said they were suicidal or that they were depressed, you know, said they were just being dramatic. And so we tried to be balanced and say, okay, listen, this may be where they're coming from, assuming they're not like narcissistic or, you know, just you know, have some kind of personality disorder. Then this may be where they're coming from, you know, and so just take those things, keep those things in mind. No one's perfect, and of course the number one thing was, it's absolutely terrifying for a parent when their child says they're depressed, and especially when they're suicidal. And so some parents are just so terrified they can't, like, their brain doesn't want to accept it. It's too scary. Obviously that doesn't help their child. So in some of the, I think we did at least one video on our YouTube channel that was aimed at parents, and it was like, listen, we understand, you know, we understand this, it's incredibly scary, blah 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 blah. However, you know, basically we're like, you need to get it together for your child's sake. So I mean, we just tried to you know, understand you know, where they might be coming from. So it's, you know, it's I mean, the problem is, of course, that it's a different situation. Like every situation is different, and so it's really, really hard to generalize. So in some ways, it's hard to give really good advice because every situation is so individual that, like, how can you give effective advice? So we just tried to cover all the possibilities, and as I had said to you the other day, it's obviously disappointing when your parent is not reacting the way you really expect and deserve them to react. But I mean, they're human, and as I said, I mean, some parents that it's so they feel so helpless, and so they just don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle the situation. So, as I said, I mean, sadly, I probably passed tendency, the susceptibility, or whatever you want to call it, the depression to my son, but at least then I understood. So when he, like told me go away and stuff, I just wouldn't listen to him. And I also didn't take anything personally but that's actually how all parents should react when a child says something hurtful, because chances are it's just lashing out and it's not actually personal. Excuse me, I got my orange chicken in my mouth. But I mean, that's easy to say. In the moment, it's, a different thing. Trying to figure out if I should start. I think I sold everything that's supposed to be sold. But I mean, the thing is, for what reason we don't know, but anxiety and depression has been going up among young people. It was doing it even before the pandemic. So, and we don't know why. I tend to think that the fact that you guys deal with a lot of stuff that we never dealt with, probably has something to do with it. But there's no clear answer. So shoot. Of course, I've got chicken stuck in my teeth. And you love that. Okay. I think the only thing that will make me like this living room with that furniture is finding a good rug and some pillows. Oh, and you know what? There are a couple. I don't think I'm gonna want this. Well, it's very nice. It's just not very colorful. Let's see. But you know what's really important, Barry, is that you spoke up, because that's really, really essential. Wait a minute, I bet that's not the large one, is it? No, medium. I wonder if there is a large one of that. Shoot. Oh, please tell me there is. I don't know. There may not be. I'm just gonna quickly. I thought I subscribed to like every single rug in the workshop that Everly had done pretty much every single one, but I could be wrong. Oh, someone now put a treehouse in the workshop. Wait a minute, large rug. Oh my god. Huh. Oh no, wait a minute. Okay. Sorry. I know that you guys can't see this, so I apologize. Okay. I think I found all of them. Okay, so let's do large rug. Yeah. I'm trying to remember why we started doing the mental health unboxings. Oh, wow. That's nice, but it makes the couches look really blah. Wow. That's a really stunning rug. It really makes those look blah, doesn't it? But let me see if I can find some pillows. I am trying to remember why we. I think what happened is we ran across. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I cannot remember the one we really liked. That stopped. Oh my god. What the heck was it called? Mind Wander. That was it. I think that was it, and I was so impressed with it. And then we found Buddy Box. I was so impressed with that. And then we found Therabox, and Therabox, like the first one, we were like, nah, it's just all self-care stuff. And then I was like, well, especially when Mind Wanderer stopped, I was like, well, let's look at it again. And so they had like a couple really great ones. Like there was one that they did this whole book on sleep, but then most of them were just like, this doesn't look like it's totally. Most of them were just all self-care stuff, which we're like, that's not really what it implies. It is. So I think I'm gonna have to. If I don't center it in front of that fireplace, it's gonna bug me. I think I need to. Oh God. No. I don't want to just say no. Because the thing is that I grew up with one sibling who is bi, although she didn't really come out as bi until we were adults. But my parents, I think, were more or less fine with it. More or less. Our son is, well, I'm not going to get into his situation because that's really up to him, but he is, let's just say, part of that community. And so for us, I mean, honestly, I remember when my sister told me she was bi, my response was, as long as you find someone who loves you and treats you well, to me, that's all that matters. I don't care whether they're a woman or a man. It makes no difference to me. It just, what the important thing is, does the person treat you well? It was, I mean, basically with our son, it was the same thing. It's like, I really, you need to do what makes you happy, because it's your life. It's not my life. I can't tell you what to do. But all that matters to me is that you're happy. So if you have to date this person or do this thing because that is what you need for it to be happy, then, and this is the same way my husband was, we totally support you. It's just, I think the thing is, I mean, assuming someone's not like, it's not, if it's conflicting with their religion or something, that's hard for me to really address, because Honestly, I'm not a religious person. Other than that, I think the thing is, I think parents really have to, first of all, ask themselves ultimately, whose life is it? It's not my life, it's my child's life. Now, a lot of parents will dismiss what children say, and I'm just using the word children just to make it easier, because they always say, well, it could be a phase. Sure, it could be a phase. God knows I had enough phases when I was growing up, but it could be a phase. But saying that to your child is not gonna endear you to them. That is not the right response. I think the response is, how can I support you? And you know, and I'm here for you. Um, I just want you to be happy. I mean, the problem is a lot of parents try to apply what makes them happy to their children. And the fact is, your child is someone that is separate from you. And that's something that a lot of people have trouble with. Like, your child is separate from you. They are not you. You are not them. And they have to find their own path. That's all there is to it. So, I mean, God, these are ugly. First Christmas baubles. But I mean, that's the problem is a lot of parents just they're just very sure that they know exactly what is right for their child, and they don't, because I mean, if their child is talking about doing something dangerous, that's something else. But if they're not, then it's really the child's decision. And I mean, a lot of this, it does, I guess it also depends to some extent on how old they are. I mean, but I remember when my son said he was in preschool and he had this really good friend who was a guy. So he had there were 3 girls that he said he was engaged to, which we thought was just the most adorable thing in the world. But then at one point he said to me that when he grew up, he wanted to marry Michael. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I mean, I didn't take it, first of all, as necessarily anything indicative of what his preferences were, because it's not, at that age, to them, marrying someone means that they get to live in the same house. So, it's just like, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it's just, you just can't get worked up about it, because it's not really, it doesn't mean anything when they're 5. So, necessarily. I mean, maybe, I know some kids do know pretty early on, but, excuse me. Even if it does, again, to me, as long as your child is happy, relatively well balanced as far as having enough money to live on, making, relatively good decisions about substance abuse, who they sleep with, whether they use protection, then to me, the important things are covered then. Fly. And all you really need to think about is, how can I support my child? And I'm sorry for chewing, but orange chicken, you don't want to have it way too long. Is this gonna work? No. Hopefully it's not the sofas. So I don't know. It's the same thing when years ago. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure what the conversation was or who with, and talking about kids, your kid going to college and what they're going to do for a career. And I was like, I don't care what my child wants to want. If my child wants to fix cars, skip college, fix cars, as long as that's something they enjoy doing and they can make a decent enough living at it, they can pay their bills. Them. That's really all I want for them. So, which in my family is sacrilegious, basically. Like everyone, and well, everyone is supposed to go to college as far as like a good part of my family is concerned. Like, you should just do whatever you have to do. And I'm like, it costs a lot of money, first of all. And I pointed out when our son dropped out, I was like, my two sisters and I went to college, and none of us are using our college degrees in what we do now. Oh, that sucks, Barry. Wow. My question kind of is, why is your mom talking? Why does your mom need to express her opinions about these things when she's in public? I mean, okay, so I grew up in a very liberal household. It's hard for me to understand your mom's point of view, because I also learned pretty early on, because I had some friends who were Catholic and who were a little more conservative. So I learned, like, in high school. To me, there was no point in talking about religion, politics, or abortion with someone who was on the opposite side of the point of view. Okay, so these couches just are like, it's not going to happen. Because we weren't going to change each other's minds. So all we were doing basically was going to be sniping at each other, and that wasn't going to go well. But I mean, so, like, I don't really know how to say this nicely, but there are certain things that mom ought to know, that not everyone shares her opinion, especially if she's in public. So she ought to realize that then when she's expressing that opinion, she's pissing off a certain amount of people. And even people who she might assume share her beliefs might not, but they just might realize that it's not a great idea to talk about this stuff when someone clearly is on the other side of the debate, and so they just don't talk about it. So I mean, I think your mom honestly should know better at this point in her life. I mean, talking about that stuff in public, very controversial topics, she's basically looking for a fight. So I'm not really sure what she thinks she's going to accomplish, if you know what I mean. So she must be used to being around people that she feels share her opinion, because I always operate under the assumption that like no one around me shares my opinion, and so then if it's on controversial stuff, then I don't really talk about it. So I mean, your mom's got a lot of chutzpah, but I don't really. I mean, I think that as far as how you should handle it, I don't know, because it's definitely not an easy question. Your mom seems to be fairly confident about just putting it out there. I'm not sure she's going to actually change. But I mean, the thing is, you could talk to her about it, but the question is, how much does she, rats, is this what they want me to use? How much does she value your opinion? And does she listen? Because if she doesn't, you're just wasting your breath. So I guess it depends on how much you want to, I can't even tell how many am I supposed to do? It just depends, because I mean, you could say, Mom, I would prefer if you didn't discuss like controversial topics in public, because not everyone is going to agree with you. So you're making some people uncomfortable when you talk about it. It's some of those topics, and expressing your opinion really should only be done around friends and family. So, I mean, if it's just a matter of being embarrassed about her talking about it in public, that would probably be the way to approach it if you think she'd be open to it. But the problem is the religion part, because people have these beliefs because not only because it was the way they're raised, but because they need them. They're integrated into into their own personality, and it's just woven in. If it's the way they were brought up and they've accepted it, it's just woven into their past and their the way they view the world. So unfortunately, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not sure if you're going to make any progress, except possibly asking her not to talk about it in public. But yeah, it's not an easy situation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this is something that's probably being played out like all over the country and the world, because what the problem for people like your mom is that they don't feel like they can make room in their view of things for anything that's different. Like, for some reason, a lot of people like your mom seem to believe that someone not being just pure straight, and that's the only option, is for some reason they feel like it's taking something away from them and their culture, which is just like they see it as an attack on the way things should be. And they've been told and brainwashed by a lot of different cultural and media I'm just saying outlets, not necessarily saying media outlets, but that it is an attack. And so they just don't see a way to create any room for some reason. I don't get it. I honestly don't feel like, hey, it's to me, it's like, what, how exactly is this hurting you? It just doesn't seem like it is. So what's the problem? But for a lot of people, it's just it's only one way or the other. There's no there's just no compromise. There's no way to fit a new view in, because they see it as taking something away. I mean, that's again, like as I said, I grew up in a very liberal household, so I don't have, I actually don't have the experience with that point of view, because when you self-select, most of my friends are liberal. So, and I live now, we live in an extremely liberal area. And so, again, it's self-selecting. I don't want to, when I was in high school, there were a certain number of people to be friends with. And your life revolves so much around your social circle in high school, which is not, you don't have as many options then. These do not look great. So you kind of have to go with what you get. Whereas when you get older, you have more flexibility in who you are hanging out with. So a lot of it is just hang on until you can like move somewhere. Like, you're not moving, you're going to be living at home, but you're going to be spending now a lot of time away from home during the day, probably more time than you did in high school, because you're also going to have stuff you can do it in the evening, and you're just going to have more legitimate reasons not to be home as much. So trying to decide. So it's gonna be easier, but your mom is your mom, unfortunately. And how now? What's her boyfriend like? I mean, is he? Is it just that there's less of an effect on you, or is he actually more laid back about stuff? But your mom also is just parroting what she's heard. It may, like, she just may have never really thought about things any other way. So that's the thing. She just hasn't had a reason to. She hasn't had any challenge to her world belief, probably. Wait a minute. That gold is nasty looking, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. I meant to make this blue and silver. Oh, that's really big. It's also too bad that people are it's too bad that people use words like disgusting. I mean, that's really not, that's not a neutral word. That's very unneutral. So it's kind of a shame that she has to use a word like, I mean, I realize you used the word disgusting first, but I mean, like I said, I mean, she may never have had her view challenged on things, so it's just she hasn't really had to, I don't know, think it through. I mean, it's sad. Unfortunately, it's not, she's just not really, I don't know. Again, it's like I, had I obviously did not have your mom's upbringing. So things were definitely, I was taught to be open-minded, although that wasn't always it wasn't always practiced in my family with among certain people. Um, but I don't. I think there's a good chance that at some point you're going to have to say to your mom, "Listen, this is who I am. If you can't accept that, then you can't accept. If you can't accept, no one's. I don't. I'm not saying that you have to accept, um, uh, like every person who's LGBTQ, IA plus, whatever. But you need to accept me as I am, and you need to accept my choices. Um, so I don't know. I mean, if you're talking, if you're talking to her in very general terms, it may be kind of doomed. But if you talk to her about, at some point, yourself, and this does not light up, yourself, and like what your choices are, then hopefully she will be able to deal with it. But I don't know. It's my experience just has not been that people after a certain age people don't tend to change. So that can be problematic. And as I said, if her, if her view isn't being challenged, she's no reason to change it. So, but unfortunately, the other thing is that there are parents who do not respect their children's opinions, and so they dismiss what their kids are saying. Because they're like, oh, you're not old enough, you don't know your own mind, um, you don't really know what you're talking about. You'll find out, that the world isn't quite as cut and dried, or they'll come up with all sorts of stuff. You don't know enough yet. And I may say that occasionally to my son, but I'll say it in the way of, listen, um, things can be more complicated than you think, and there can be more shades of gray than you might think. And sometimes, just because someone doesn't share your views, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. And even if they never change those views, it doesn't mean that you want to just throw them away. You might just have to accept them how they are, the way you want them to accept you how you are. So, but some parents don't feel it's really necessary to turn stuff around and look at it, and when their kid is saying it, they just figure that they're right. So it's unfortunate. It really is. Yeah, try talking to her, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't go great the first time or the second time. But anyway, have a good night, and thank you for stopping by. As always, it's really great to talk with you. It always is. I always enjoy talking with you. I think I'm almost done anyway. I'm very disappointed about the inability to put anything on the couches because they really, really need it. But what are you going to do? I think I'll put some more candles around, maybe. I don't know. Let's see, candle large. Yeah, those couches are boring. I'm not sure if I can actually. I'm not sure I can take it. Bye and you're welcome, Barry. Man, those couches are boring. I'm just. I really want to make it work, but I can't even put pillows on them. They really suck. But I'm just gonna work with them. God, I hate them. I'm trying to remember last time. What did I do? Do you put up any lights in here? Cause oh, you put these, but these don't. Oh, right, but these don't. These don't shed any light, although they're nice and bright. I must have added light. I probably added some mini halogens or something, or maybe some halogens. So I really can't see, and I'm not sure where this. I guess this could go on the table. No. I guess I could put it up here and not have. Well, you wouldn't put that in front of the TV. Rats. I guess this could use it, and I could put these. Let's put that there, but we'll put the candles up here. I guess. Let's maybe put a box of chocolates. I'm just not finding the colors I really like. Ooh, does that actually look gold? Oh, that's really big. Okay. Wallpaper star, ceiling paper star. Maybe I'll put I feel like I definitely need some halogen lights. Oh man, is there nothing I can put on those couches? I don't think there is. Okay, I'm just thinking, but okay, I need to finish this living room. What was I gonna put? Oh yeah, halogens. We desperately need them. Let's see. Okay, I think these. Let me move these down a little. I'm stuck on the couch, on the chair. Okay. Oh, it's still snowing inside. I guess they didn't fix that yet. Whoops. I think Alexa thought I was talking to her. Not sure why. Okay, so there's one here. I thought I had 5 lights. Why did I think that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I do. These are 2. Okay, I'm not gonna fuss about the placement because that's just tedious. I just hate these couches so much. Oh my god. Okay, so let's do a thing of hot chocolate if I have one. I may have gotten rid of that. Hang on. Yes, I did. So I'm just downloading them. Oh, hot cocoa spilled. I think I'll skip that one. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm in the workshop. I did not think ahead, which I should have. I apologize. Okay. So, new item downloaded.
Don't worry about me. Episode 13, Doomsday.
Yeah.
The one with Cybermen.
Oh yeah.
One of them gets shot, fucking dies, and fully captured on camera, falls directly on his face. I feel so
really?
bad for the actor because
Oh.
it's a full shot. You see him hit the ground
Wow.
head first into some concrete. Jesus, the person inside the costume, fucking dedicated.
You couldn't. You think it was concrete or just something that
It
looked?
looked like it.
Hopefully not.
Motherfucker just fell.
So what? It
Just,
was.
no. Look, they fall directly. They like pitch forward. Fall there. You see their head hit the ground.
Wow.
God, I feel bad.
That's
I
bad.
I mean, I assume the costume is made out of like some kind of plastic.
Yeah.
So that didn't dampen the blow by much, I'm sure.
No. Yeah, but I'm
Ugh.
not sure if landing in a metal thing on the ground would have been
Wouldn't
any
have been better. Yeah.
Not really.
Ooh, it fucking hurts to watch, but it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
Cause
really?
like they fully went for that shot
Yeah.
because they could have just like kept the camera in the same place and had him fall below the camera. No, they fucking tracked with him. This dude falls directly on his face.
Do you think he was supposed to?
I would hope so. That he didn't just decide, yeah, I'm gonna fall head first onto the ground.
You never know.
I actually, you know what? No, I hope that was the actor's decision and not the director going,
No.
yeah, you're gonna have to fall directly on your face for this shot.
No, they wouldn't because it's too many problems with
Yeah.
unions stuff
Jesus,
like that.
that is some dedication, though.
Yeah. Oh, did you put our sheets in the dryer?
Oh no, I haven't yet. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think this is all I can do with this room for now. Sadly, I cannot, rats, is there like nothing I can do? There is nothing I can do. This one just will not, this couch and chairs, you can't put any pillows on them. Okay, so I'm gonna just accept that and deal. So, okay. Not perfect, but I'll just go with it. It feels like that's too light. So I think I'm gonna make it darker if possible, yeah. But then I wanna do, no, not that red. I wanna do that white and then everything else red. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's weird. It sounded like thunder. Oh, thunder. It's not. It's fireworks. Anyway, there is my Christmas in July. That tree. Okay. Seriously, is that tree not going to light up any more than that? That is really depressing. I think I'm gonna have to put some kind of spotlight on it to light it up because that's like really sad. I mean, maybe it's just me thinking that, but it's just like not good. So, let's see. Can if I do this, will that light it up? A tiny bit. Ooh, I can't put anything. Oh, it has to be underneath. Ooh. Okay, so I can do this and point it. Oh my god, that moves really slowly. Is it pointing toward? I can't even tell. Okay, so now it looks like it's pointing toward it. I can't tell where it's... Okay, so I think that's lit up a little more. Not much, but hey, something, I guess. And yeah. So I still have some work to do in here, obviously. And this is just, I can't have these there. They're just they're too big. Yeah, so kind of disappointing because I didn't get rid of those, but at least I have that rug. I don't know. I don't like all the purple, but I'm determined not to like just get rid of furniture like I did last time. I'm gonna work with it as much as I can. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching, especially Barry. Thank you so much. Everyone who's watching the VOD, thank you too. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I hope this wasn't too out of left field doing Christmas in July. Um, it's I just love the holidays. So for me, it's a happy place. So I hope you're all doing well and taking care of yourselves. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.